War. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. How poisonous, how crafty, how bad does every long war make one, which cannot be waged openly by means of force? The task is not to overcome opponents in general, but only those opponents against whom one has to summon all one's strength, one's skill, and one's swordsmanship. In fact, to master opponents who are one's equals. I want to learn more and more to see as beautiful what is necessary in things. Then I shall be one of those who make things beautiful. Amor fati. Let that be my love henceforth. I do not want to wage war against what is ugly. I do not want to accuse. I do not even want to accuse those who accuse. Looking away shall be my only negation. And all in all, and on the whole, someday I wish to be only a yes-sayer. Under conditions of peace, the warlike man attacks himself. Mistrust those in whom the urge to punish is strong. A Dionysian life task needs the hardness of the hammer, and one of its first essentials is without doubt the joy to be found even in destruction. A declaration of war on the masses by higher men is needed. Everything that makes soft and effeminate, that serves the end of the people or the feminine, works in favor of universal suffrage, that is the domination of the inferior men. But we should take reprisal and bring this whole affair to light and the bar of judgment. We do not by any means think it desirable that the kingdom of righteousness and peace should be established on earth, because under any circumstances it would be the kingdom of the profoundest mediocrity and Chinaism. We rejoice in all men, who like ourselves love danger, war, and adventure, who do not make compromises, nor let themselves be captured, conciliated, and stunted. We count ourselves among the conquerors. We ponder over the need of a new order of things, even of a new slavery, for every strengthening and elevation of the type man also involves a new form of slavery. Thus do I want man and woman to be, the one fit to wage war and the other fit to give birth, but both fit to dance with head and feet. It is nothing but fanaticism and beautiful soulism to expect very much, or even much only, from humanity when it has forgotten how to wage war. Many other such substitutes for war will be discovered, but perhaps precisely thereby it will become more and more obvious that such a highly cultivated and therefore necessarily enfeebled humanity as that of modern Europe not only needs wars, but the greatest and most terrible wars, consequently occasional relapses into barbarism, lest by the means of culture it should lose its culture and its very existence. You say a good cause justifies any war, but I say a good war justifies any cause. The strongest and most evil spirits have to date advanced mankind the most. They always rekindled the sleeping passions. All orderly arranged society lulls the passions to sleep. They always reawaken the sense of comparison, of contradiction, of delight in the new, the adventurous, the untried. They compelled men to set opinion against opinion, ideal plan against ideal plan. How good music and bad reasons sound when one marches against an enemy. What is good? All that enhances the feeling of power, the will to power, and power itself in man. What is bad? All that proceeds from weakness. What is happiness? The feeling that power is increasing, that resistance has been overcome. Against war, one might say that it makes the victor stupid and the vanquished malicious. In its favor, that in producing these two effects it barbarizes, and so makes the combatants more natural. For culture, it is a sleep or a wintertime, and man emerges from it stronger for good and for evil. Where one despises, one cannot wage war. I welcome all the signs indicating that a more manly and warlike age is commencing, which will, above all, bring heroism again into honor. And like a wind shall I one day blow amongst them, and with my spirit take away their soul's breath. Thus my future wills it. Warfare is the father of all good things. It is also the father of good prose. At heart I am a warrior. One has renounced the great life when one renounces war. Not contentment, but more power. Not peace at any price, but war. Not virtue, but efficiency. Virtue in the Renaissance sense, virtue free of moral acid. To be the equal of one's opponent, this is the first condition of an honorable duel. But every soil becomes finally exhausted, and the plowshare of evil must always come once more. Religious war has signified the greatest advance of the masses so far, for it proves that the masses have begun to treat concepts with respect. You say it is the good cause that hallows even war? I say unto you, it is the good war that hallows any cause. War has always been the grand sagacity of every spirit which has grown too inward and too profound. Its curative power lies even in the wounds one receives. You should seek your enemy. You should wage your war, a war for your opinions. And when your opinion is defeated, our honesty should still cry triumph over that. It is the good war that hallows every cause. Your enemy shall ye seek, your war shall ye wage, and for the sake of your thoughts. And if your thoughts succumb, your uprightness shall still shout triumph thereby. So live your life of obedience and of war. What matter about long life? What warrior wisheth to be spared? Preparatory human beings. I welcome all signs that a more virile, warlike age is about to begin, which will restore honor to courage above all. For this age shall prepare the way for one yet higher, and it shall gather the strength that this higher age will require someday, the age that will carry heroism into the search for knowledge, and that will wage wars for the sake of ideas and their consequences. The great wars of the present age are the effects of the study of history. The body is a big sagacity, a plurality with one sense, a war and a peace, a flock and a shepherd. Only in war are you holy, and when you are robbers and cruel. Against war, it may be said that it makes the victor stupid and the vanquished revengeful. In war, personal revenge maintains its silence. My brother, are war and battle evil? Necessary, however, is the evil. Necessary are the envy and the distrust and the backbiting among the virtues.